pulled up just so I can.
Alright, howdy y'all, Jack and everything trick-treating. Welcome back to another episode of Outside the Hash. I'm Jackson, as joined by...
Kyle.
And still no Nate again, he's dead again still. Womp womp.
Pretty good.
Maybe one day we'll get him back.
You know, we should just start making his picks for him.
We'll give him the coin.
Yeah, give him the coin.
Alright, so you ready to kick it off right into the CFL?
Yup.
Pull up your stream.
Alright, perfect. Alright, so first up, my first game, I had the Argonauts at the Tiger Cats. Tiger Cats won 27-24. This game was a very close game, coming down to a missed field goal by the Argonauts to tie the game. Both teams played pretty about the same, equally between the two, but maybe leaning a little bit more towards Argonauts. But in terms of like offense, but that being said, Tiger Cats were averaging 7.3 yards per play, compared to 5.5. Argonauts were just had quite a few more offensive plays. They also
That
had
2 more giveaways is what killed you.
Two more giveaways is kind of what killed them here, though. But very, very close game, good game. Tiger Cats did not fall victim to themselves this time, luckily. But maybe next time. Next up, we had the Elks at the Red Blacks. This game was a lot more... This game was also a close game. It never got outside of... pretty close all the way throughout.
That is some weird scoring per quarter.
Yeah, very weird scoring. Really not much to say about this. They were just a very balanced offense defense. I feel like the home field advantage shows here. With the
home field is where it's 2.5 points. This is more than home field.
It's one possession. Come on. But not really much else special. The Elks were only able to get in the red zone once, and they were not able to do anything with it. Red Blacks did get in the red zone twice, being successful on one of them. I would assume in the first quarter based off the score. It could have been the second, though. Good game. Pretty balanced all around. Lastly,
the thing with the Elks, I want to say that they look like they're a better team this year, but yet somehow they're still 0-6.
Yeah, they definitely played this game well, and the Red Blacks are a little bit one of the better teams in the East right now. So they definitely could be turning around, especially mid-season and into the back half of the season. I could see them turning it around a lot. Moving on, we had the Rough Riders at home, so all my teams were at home this week against the Blue Bombers. This game was a bit closer than I would have expected. Blue Bombers kept it
the Bombers
close
are
in the
good.
first
They
half.
just haven't won anything. They haven't really won much.
Well, to be fair, we haven't really given Saskatchewan the benefit of the doubt, so I felt like I could actually trust them this week and like get a good win, and I think they did that here. A little bit closer than I would have expected for what I was looking for them in the first half, but they were able to solidify it with a very good third quarter and finishing out well in the fourth. All around stats, pretty balanced between the two. Neither team was playing very good defense.
3 giveaways.
I'm like working my way.
That do 10 points.
I start like right here and like work.
Wow.
work through.
He said it's balanced, but then it was 3 giveaways and none. So
in terms of like, I'm looking at in terms of like yardage and whatnot,
okay.
Base stats, pretty balanced.
Well, 132 to 65 is not balanced. That's twice as many rushing yards.
Yeah, but oh yeah, yeah. It kind of shows a little bit there.
Those lines are.
It's only a difference. It's only a difference of 50 net, 50 net yards. 55. But in terms of per play, they come up to just about the same, 7 to 7.3. Both teams played about the same on offense, but like you said, the major factor in this game would be the giveaways. 3 giveaways to none. Yeah, it can kill any team, especially when you're playing about the same. Not much else. There was a missed field goal by the Blue Bombers, which also contributes to that, but that isn't a make or break right there. Not with 3 turnovers.
Especially when you hit a 56, so
Yeah, especially with 56,
you can make up for the miss.
Yeah.
All right. So I had no games this week because all my teams lost. Womp womp. Sucks to be me. Well, actually, Montreal had a bye, but Cody Fajardo might be out next week, so that's super womp womp. Montreal leads the East. Saskatchewan's back in front in the West. In Nate's game, the Calgary Stampeders eked out against the BC Lions, which they had a lead and I think they almost blew it. What happened there? 25-24. Mayor with your leading passer. Stand back with your leading rusher. That was not the right game. Or maybe there's 2 fill pots. Anyway, Calgary had the leading rusher or receiver. Maybe there's 2 fill pots. I just know Tyson fill pot. We don't Montreal. So pick Saskatchewan versus Montreal. I think if the Cody Fajardo is out, I think Saskatchewan wins.
I
have no faith in Caleb Evans.
Yeah, give me Rough Riders. I think this is going to be one of their harder challenges, but I think they got it.
I'm going to go Calgary. All I know is Ottawa's SRS is not good.
Yeah, it is not good. They haven't really beat anyone. I mean, Calgary isn't bad, but they're at least neutral.
Yeah. You get in Ottawa.
If it's in Ottawa, give me Red Blacks. Yeah.
I think Toronto probably bounces back.
Yeah, give me Toronto on this one. So, yeah, they're the home team. This is a hard game, but I'm going to go Tiger Cats on this one.
I'm just going to make Nate have to pick the Edmonton, so... Almost certainly he's going to copy my pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we all sucked.
We can flip a coin on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all awful.
All sucked. So your passing leader, Vernon Adams, Bo Levy Mitchell, McLeod Bethel Thompson, Kadeem Carey, Brady Oliveira, AJ Uletti, McGinnis, Hall, at 5. Okay. And this is what the postseason looks like right now, if it ended today. Now we can head over to the ELF.
All right.
The European League of Football.
All right. First up, we have my biggest blowout of the week. I think just straight up the biggest blowout of the week. Stuttgart Surge beat the Panthers by 40-0. This game was more or less a beatdown.
Who do the Panthers think they are? The Dragons?
Yeah. That being said, the Panthers did also shut them out in the fourth quarter, so could have been worse.
Yeah. I don't know. For all we know, maybe they forfeited after the third. That there's precedent in this league.
Yeah. Fair. So Surge had about just under 400 total yards to the Panthers just under 150. Not great, especially a 3.8 yard per play average to a 6.1. That is not good. Major factor in this game, defense, offense, everything.
There's so much disparity in this league.
Yeah, there really is. 3 interceptions by Vitali. Only 1 passing touchdown, but 4 running by the Surge, and then 4 out of 5 PATs made. So, and then I want to say that made it so I can't remember. I did the math on this earlier. So it was 5 touchdowns, 4 PATs. So I think they had a 2-point. Yeah, or 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, I did the math yesterday, and I thought I'd remember it, but I don't. I think they had to get a 2-point at one point, or something like that, because otherwise the math just doesn't math.
Okay.
Oh no, wait. I think it was yeah, they would have missed a 2-point and also got like a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, because there's
something
a
like
6, 20, and 14. So that makes up for your 4 PATs and 2 missed PATs.
Yeah. I want to say there was a pick 6 or something like that when I was doing the math.
Kentucky.
Next up, we have the Rheinfire taking on the Frankfurt Galaxy. Rheinfire won 48-13. Stat-wise, total yardage similar to the last game. The Rheinfire had 470 total yards to the Galaxy's 218. So don't look too deep into this. This was actually a close game. Going into the half, it was 14 to 13, and then in the second half, the Rheinfire shut out the Galaxy to win 48-13.
Where
So
did the 1 come from?
it comes from the PAT at the end of the second.
Oh, they just put it in the third for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to look it up because I was super confused. I was like, wait, did they get like a 1-point safety?
Yeah.
Because the way that maths is, it looks like it could have been.
Yeah.
So I had to like go and like look to figure it out, or if there was some
Yeah.
like weird rule that allowed them to get 1 point.
But there's rouges in this league. Let's just add in rouges.
Yeah, that's where I was confused. I was like, wait, can they get rouges or like what?
Every
So I
league
went and
needs
looked
to
up
add
the score.
rouges and deuces. Change my
And
mind.
when I looked at the game, something said that it was 14-13 halftime, and I just double checked, and it just made sense that it was in the second, and something just tracked weird.
Okie dokie.
Yeah,
I
sad.
think it should be noted that Tunga broke the single season rushing touchdown record this game. So good for him. So he's nowhere close to
Already?
Yeah, but he's nowhere close to the single season rushing yards record, which is like 2,000 yards, and he's only at like 1,200 or something.
I mean, when like
But he went 1 over.
a quarter of your touches are touchdowns, it makes sense.
Well, to be fair, no, the guy who had the record, the guy who he beat, he's 1 touchdown over the record. But the guy who had it was the old record, the first season in this league, in 9 games he had 2,000 yards and whatever of 20-something touchdowns. The top 5 single game rushing record, rushing in this league history, are all him in that first season.
So he was just on a different level.
Yeah. Dude had like 300-yard rushing games.
Damn. Yeah, so great job there. Great stats for rushing. Yeah,
but
that's on brand for the Rheinfire. 4
Tunga's
rushing
probably your
touchdowns.
MVP right now.
Probably, yeah. Definitely most valuable player on the Rheinfire.
Which is, because Clark was your MVP last year. Dude had like 40 touchdowns last year passing. And then this year they're just running the ball.
Yeah, they're showing that they can do it on both sides
Jim
of the ball.
Tomsula decided to change up his playbook entirely this year. Like, I just want to prove I can win just running the ball this year.
I mean, it's a smart strategy. They're playing well right now, which is all that matters.
They're gonna get you your 1 ring, Kyle, unless they choke it away.
If not, we got Stuttgart. Unless they choke it away to who was
Vienna probably.
Vikings, yeah, Vienna. That's like the only other option right now.
Or Paris comes out of the top rope. Paris or Madrid.
Yeah, Paris could. Yeah, I was gonna say Paris, Madrid. Other than that, I don't see any other team.
Yeah.
As
four.
of right now. Yeah, right now. Or is that 5? There's about 5 right now I can place.
Yeah.
Vienna, there's about 5 that are playing really well as of right now. It's but yeah, that just about sums up that game.
And then you have
moving
the Raiders,
on,
who will be the last wild card, but nobody has any faith in the middle.
what's their SRS isn't horrible based on what we have it at.
But like the other ones are like all in 20s, and then they're like 8 or 9 or something, I think.
Yeah. All right, last up, we have the Mercenaries. I had the Mercenaries at the Ravens, who lost 23-55. This game was not close. Figures for the Mercenaries. They averaged just about 5 yards per play, which is not bad. But when you're giving up 9.3, 9.4 yards per play to the Ravens, that's game over. You can't really do anything about that. What am I looking for? 5 passing touchdowns and 342 yards for Jeffries. 22 for 31. Yeah, that's pretty bad. While Aiken Jr. went 8 for 16, 136 for 1 touchdown, and Brown went 9 for 17 for 94 for 1 touchdown. Not terrible, but definitely need more.
Yeah, Brown had some good running yards too there for.
Yeah, Brown does have good running yards with a rushing touchdown. Yeah, it just looks like they were dominated on the couldn't really establish anything long term with the run or pass. And yeah, rushing attempts. They rushed for they had 29 rushing attempts for 98 yards, and then the Ravens had 21 rush attempts for 188, so quite literally double what they were getting per rush attempt, which will murder just about any team. That lines up just about the average of 9 yards per carry, which is brutal. And yeah, there's really not much else to say this game. There is a fumble lost by the Mercenaries, doesn't help, but that isn't like the only thing stopping them from winning this game.
Yeah. All right. I have highlights for one game, so let me pull that up.
Sweet.
I thought this game was going to be close, but it ended up not being close at all. So here's the Vienna would take the first score here late at the end of the first. And then I believe in the next drive, Berlin would respond. They would not get the PAT, but Ben Holmes would connect here to reassert the Vikings, and then they would pretty much walk away with it for the rest of the game. So here's their final score. And they win 34-9. So
looks about right.
Yeah. So I thought that game would have been closer than it was. So Stuttgart is leading your Central. Vienna is leading the East, and then West. Rhine Fire is leading the West. For my game, Ben Holmes your leading passer, Bajernian was your leading rusher, and then Jackson was your leading receiver. In Nate's games, the Paris Musketeers beat the Madrid Bravos.
Good win.
29-13, and the Enthroners beat the Seamen 27-17. And around the league, the Cologne Centurions beat the Hamburg Sea Devils 32-25. So, as you can see, we all went 6-1 last week. So, still close there. All right. Enthroners versus Panthers. Those are.
Enthroners had a good game, but then again, they played the Seamen. So.
Yeah.
They're 2-6 against. Yeah, give me Panthers.
I'm gonna give Vienna.
Yeah, give me Vienna.
But hopefully Prague doesn't get shut out. That's the one good thing they have going for them. They haven't been shut out yet this year.
Yeah.
Stuttgart.
Give me Stuttgart. Yep.
Madrid.
Have to be insane to go Dragons on that one.
Yep.
Give me Madrid.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
Um,
Paris. Not Rhine. I'm stupid. Rhine fire.
Give me 1 second to mute my phone. There. Give me Ryan. I think it's safe. Or not safe, it's the better option.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Did they play yet?
I probably maybe the Fire lost to the Bravos, right? That's who their losses to.
Yeah, they lost to the Bravos and then killed them the next time they played.
So they probably played the Musketeers at least once would be my guess, but I'm not 100%
Yeah.
sure off the top of my head. They're your team. You should know, Kyle.
I couldn't remember if they played them like week 2 or week 3.
We have too many teams to be keeping track of.
Yeah. That's the one difficult part. This one, I'd have to be stupid to take the Seamen, so give me the Ravens.
All right, Raiders.
Yeah, give me Raiders.
And then hopefully Frankfurt can win, but they kind of suck right now. Man, I miss Jacob Sullivan.
How about the Sea Devils?
They're both not good, I guess.
Yeah, give me Sea or give me Galaxy. Give me Galaxy.
Frankfurt. All right. And your league leader is Jacob Sullivan, Duncan Hennessy, Tunga, Pajarinarian, Bonetti, Jackson Horn Spiller, and what the postseason looks like right now if the season would stop today. All right, on to the indoor football league.
All right, I'll go that back. All right, first up. So this is the last week. The first game I had was the Vegas Nighthawks taking on the Tucson Sugar Skulls. This game was not really that close.
Back to sucking. Good.
Yep.
It was bad. It was weird to see him have a good week last week. But again, San Antonio has no pass defense. Oh.
Yep. So Tucson, Espinoza, 10 for 21, 87 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. To Jaram's 10 and 14 for 180, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's really good. 5 touchdowns off 180 yards is insane. He is great on the ground though. So 13 for 51 for 51 net yards and 2 touchdowns with his legs. Tucson.
Bro, how do you get a 42 but then moves to 25 or 26?
Yeah, I was gonna point that out. So, 4 total missed field goals. 2 of them are more or less punty by the Nighthawks, but 2 bad misses by Tucson, especially after making one almost as long as the 2 misses combined. Which is never good.
The real question with this game is: will Vince Espinoza be back in Iowa next week for your woo?
Probably.
Hopefully.
Probably.
They could have used him this week.
I think there's a lot more we could have used when we get to that game. If we were still doing tier lists, they would get the 99
They didn't give it up. They kept him under.
They would get the 99. That's all.
Yeah.
Moving on, the Massachusetts Pirates took on the Tulsa Oilers in Massachusetts fashion. They lost this game. I don't know if they were resting their players because they were already in.
It looks like he played half the game.
Yeah.
Not like it was definitely played well, but
yeah. To be fair, they were winning in the first half, but was the rest of the team in? Like when you look at the rushers, were they only passing? Like how much were they actually like trying in the second half of it?
They just knew Quad City was going to blow it, so they're keeping that third place no matter what.
Yeah. Good final game for the Tulsa Oilers on the season.
Yeah, if they hadn't choked against Quad City last week, they could have been in the playoffs, but they didn't.
Yep. Yep, that's all it takes. Well, then again, they'd be playing Massachusetts for it, or is Massachusetts? I guess they
So,
fell to the fourth slot, didn't they?
no, because Quad City lost. So they're the
Okay,
three.
okay, I couldn't remember. So yeah, not nothing special. Neither team had a good run game.
Which is weird because Jimmy Robinson, I think, leads the league in rushing.
Yeah, only netting 10 yards off 9 attempts is not
Maybe he wasn't
great.
trying.
Maybe they just had their entire line
Well,
out.
he had
Like
a line of 8. So all his other rushes were
negative or barely positive. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, definitely a game. Glorified punt and then 2 made field goals in sub 30 yards, so makes sense. Moving on to the next game, we have the Northern Arizona
nice.
Wranglers getting niced by the Duke City Gladiators. So by the time this game started, Northern Arizona knew they were already eliminated. So they seemed to have FSU'd it and decided not to play and give Duke City a very nice win. Naz Sterling Cole had 16 for 28, 244 yards, 4 and 2 touchdown interception. Not awful,
Yeah,
pretty
244 is
decent.
pretty good in indoor.
Yeah. To Kill goes 14 for 28, 151, 4 and 1. That's pretty good. Long of 29. Yeah, that's not terrible.
Duke City had a really good second half with how bad they were in the first.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
It
even if they
feels
only
like they
ended up
just
with 3 wins, it's still.
Duke City, for the final game of the year, said we don't want to come in dead last, and decided to, win.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what happened with Naz on this one, but they're eliminated. They were eliminated before this game happened, so happens. Maybe next year. Could have made it if they were in the East, but womp womp, you're in the West with all the other good teams. Yeah, there's nothing really close like that you can just like say, oh, this was like the deciding factor. They had one blocked field goal in the first, or sorry, they blocked one field goal in the first, and then they had a glorified punt. So yeah, really not much you can
Yeah.
say difference wise other than
They got outplayed.
yeah, they got outplayed. Yep. Right. I don't even have a game this week.
Yeah, you never have any
For
games
that.
because I have the good teams.
Yep.
All right. IFL. I only have one game because Iowa lost. So here's QC versus Jacksonville. So Jacksonville would go to a 14-0 score to start, but Quad Cities would work their way back into a tie game here with a really good, duck and run there. The game would be back and forth from here. So here is Jacksonville retaking the lead midway through the fourth, but Quad City would respond right back. And in the end, Quad City would have a chance to win it here with a field goal, but it would be short and returned here by Jacksonville. And what is this? Is it the obligatory kick return of the week? Yes, it is. Jacksonville returns the kick 6 to win the game, 43-37. All right. So it's the IFL. So Green Bay is your 1 seed. Frisco is your 2, Massachusetts is your 3, and Quad City is your 4 out of the East. And then in the West, you have Bay Area, Vegas, Arizona, and San Diego. So Jacksonville beat Quad City. So Irwin with your leading passer, King with your leading rusher, and Newman the third with your leading receiver. In Nate's game, Frisco beat Iowa 59-47. Arizona beat San Antonio 41-34. and Green Bay beat Sioux Falls 51-30. And around the league, in a battle of backups, the Bay Area Panthers beat the San Diego Strike Force 30-20. So here is what the postseason looks like, and we can pick our brackets.
Oh, sweet! I can't wait to botch this one like I.
Okay, we boxed the rugby.
You know.
Alright, I'm gonna go Green Bay. I'm gonna go Frisco. I'm gonna go Arizona.
Ooh, that's a choice.
You know what? I'm gonna go in the division of underdog of everybody being good. I'm gonna go underdog. All right, I'm gonna let you.
I don't think they've beaten. Have they beaten them once? I think
they've all been close, and this last week didn't matter because they both were playing backups.
Fair. So, do you want to finish your bracket,
no,
or am I
I'm
going
gonna let you do your first round.
All right. So, Green Bay, Frisco. Then give me Bay Area.
Bay Area.
And then Vegas, Golden Nighthawks.
Vegas. Okay.
So our Wests are completely different.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna go Green Bay. And then I'm gonna go San Diego because Kevin Guy chokes in the playoffs always. Out of recently.
I'm gonna take Green Bay, and then I'm gonna take Bay Area Panthers.
Now going for the repeat.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go 51 to 49. They're gonna miss a 2-point conversion to tie the game at the end.
Let's go 25-48.
Alrighty. And we will see what Nate does. So Kyle and Nate, you guys tied. And I finished one game back in a distant third place.
Yeah, remember, I wasn't first, but I decided to play it risky this week.
Yeah.
So I'm sharing the title with Nate.
Yep.
I guess the tiebreaker is who does better in the postseason.
Yeah.
So
So Castronova ended up being your leading passer, 75-7. So he was 4 touchdowns short of the record, I believe. I think 79 is the single season record set by Nate Davis. Jones Davis, Jimmy Robinson. So yeah, he was your leading rusher by quite a bit too. Jabron Johnson, T.J. Edwards. So 1 running back and then 2 quarterbacks. You're 1, 2, 3 in rushing. And then Murray, Melendando, and Myers, your leading receivers. None of the receivers are in the playoffs. Womp womp.
figures.
Yep.
You know, it's usually only targets.
Okay, so we have the Arena Football League. I don't have that in my video, but I did pull up some tweets with different videos from the Arena Bowl. So Arena Bowl 33, that was the brawl at the mall in the American Dream Center in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So here is what it looks like. I'm gonna mute it so I don't get copyright striked. So it was a little bit of a weird thing with just basically standing room only. So here's the opening kickoff. Not that between Billings and Albany, 1 versus 2. So just like we all expected. So it was a good opening kickoff, but it really amounts to nothing. So Billings here would take a 10-7 lead early in the first here with this passing touchdown. And Albany would trim the Billings lead to 17-13 right before halftime. So here is that play. Medlock with a good scramble out of the pocket there to find, I think that was Townsend. However, Billings would come out striking in the second half with a big touchdown here to go up 24-13. They would then add to that lead here go up 33-19 with this running by Suboda. Albany, however, would clinch it back to a 4-point game with this play. Medlock again with a good evading pressure, and that's Darius Prince.
Good catch.
Yeah. They would miss the 4-point play, so it would be a 4-point game, and then Albany or Billings would pull away basically, and this was a fourth down play to keep the game alive, and it would be a miss by Albany. So your Billings Outlaws were your ArenaBowl 33 champion. The real question is, will they keep the Arena Football League name? Will they come back next year? Will they go back to the fifth? And if new Arena Football League ever comes back, will they even recognize this as the 33rd Arena Bowl, or they just skipped over this one and ignore it like it never happened?
Well, seeing it's on CBS, I'm going to go with it. They're going to have to
Sports, which is not a channel that does not report to Nielsen rating. It's not really CBS.
I'm going to go with it counts.
You know it counts.
Whether it's a stain on the league's legacy is a different question,
yeah.
But
I wouldn't even consider it part of the league's legacy because it's a completely different entity.
Fair.
All right, on to the Arena League, which only I have. So let's do those games. So here's KC versus Iowa.
99.
Yes. So here is Kansas City taking the lead. The Woo, however, would keep it kind of close here, keeping it a 1-possession game here in the second. And at the end of the half, they would find a man to keep it a 2-possession game. So, But from there, pretty much the wheel would fall off. I mean, I guess they would keep it another 2-possession game here with actually, so we kept a 2-possession game with 10 minutes left, but then from there, everything would fall apart. So here's how the game ends.
Yeah. That's just disrespectful.
Not disrespectful. We did not hit the century mark. We kept it two digits. We could have made it disrespectful if we hit a couple more of our PATs, but we didn't. So 99-60 is your final. If you want to talk disrespect, this next game is disrespect. So
fair.
Duluth versus Ozarks. So here is Duluth taking the early lead. And from there, they would just kind of run. So here is pretty much how the second quarter ends. So at halftime, it was a shutout, 37-0. So finally, in the third quarter, the Lunkers would finally find the end zone with a good catch over the wall. So I'll give them that. But from there, it would not matter. And here is Duluth just rubbing salt on the wound with under a minute to go. So final score, 51-18, Duluth. I guess I forgot to go over the AFL the ArenaBowl stats. So Medlock is your leading passer, leading rusher, but Brown with 5 receiving touchdowns as your leading receiver, and he would have been your MVP. Here is the bracket challenge. Nate came away with the win here because he had the closer final score projection.
Final score.
Yeah, by 7.
Barely, yeah.
And you both kicked the shit out of me, who completely whiffed.
Yeah, the second you started going the Predator route, I was.
I forgot that Drew Powell sucks in the postseason since he left Iowa. He still probably might win MVP. I don't know if they've announced awards yet. I haven't looked. And here is last week in the Arena League. Cato with your leading passer, Martinez with your leading rusher, Smith with your leading receiver, and Duluth had not posted their stats yet. Cato had 10 passing touchdowns, by the way, so good for Rakeem. Okay, I'm gonna go Duluth.
Give me the woo.
You wanna go woo? I think they did beat Duluth though. Isn't that their one win?
I think so. I'm just trying to make up my 2 points.
Kansas City.
That's all.
So you're going to Ozarks here?
Give me the Ozarks. I think that's also their one loss.
Yeah. So, Jonathan leading passer, Smalls, Cato, Rush, Espinoza, Martinez, Boo, Martinez, Payne. And what your postseason looks like. So this will be the final week. So, all right, on to Major League Rugby, and I have the stats. I have highlights for that. So let me pull that up. So we first start off with the Free Jacks here. Can I get full screen on these? So I don't know these highlights yet. I didn't actually look at these beforehand. So here's New England getting the first points of the game. So here we are at 10-7, though. It looks like the Free Jacks, or not the Free Jacks, Old Glory would take the lead still in the first half. But in the end, here are the Free Jacks running again, so driving again. Again, this is the first quarter, so all the scoring was done in the first quarter, it looks like. Or the first half. Oh, and that was an extra, too. So. Anyways, so the Free Jacks came in with 33-29 win to advance to the second round. Roll out of that.
Good one.
So next up, we have the Hounds here who played the NOLA Gold. Can I get these in full, please? So NOLA up 3-0. The Hounds would, or no, actually the NOLA would take the ball here. It looks like NOLA would kind of a sneaky play there, just running past the defenders there, knock them out of the scrum, and would take an early lead. But it seems like it would not matter. Chicago would end up taking a 13-8 lead here halfway through the first half. Again, they look like they would mess up though, and New Orleans would at least tie it up there with that try. Chicago would again have the lead though late in the second half, and they would finally get a big score of their own, enough for a highlight at least.
Oh yeah.
So here we are, yeah, and a good try. So Chicago comes away with a 45-21 win to advance to the semi, or they get the conference championship. Here we have the Dallas Jackals playing the Houston Sabercats, so Battle of Texas. Houston would have the early lead here, but looks like Dallas is driving, and they would each pass the line there for the try to take the lead for themselves. So Dallas with a 2-score lead here. The Houston would get a breakaway there, basically. Look at that taunting. That'd be a flag in the NFL.
Good thing they won, right?
Yeah. Good thing that didn't come back in any sort of comeuppance. Here they are. Oh, with an absolute colossal whiff there.
Oh, there's a flop.
Yep. Well, Dallas had the lead, so this is what does you in there.
Yep.
That choking it away. And Dallas comes away with the upset 34-22. That was kind of embarrassing. I hadn't seen that play yet. So here's Seattle versus San Diego. So it looks like San Diego has the lead here 10 minutes into the game. But Seattle is driving. Ooh, a good kick there. And a good try. So now we have Seattle versus San Diego. So Seattle is driving again. And driving on through. Oh, not quite. To push their way across. Oop, nope. Pitching it out. So Seattle would expand their lead there. And it looks like the line out here. San Diego trying to ease the bleeding here. And they do a rolling scrum. They win the rolling scrum and into the end zone for a try. But that would not matter, as the Seattle Seawolves would come away with a 30-28 win to advance to the conference championship. So, Here's what the conference championships look like: New England versus Chicago and Seattle versus Dallas. Pot Rose with your put the team on his back here.
Yep.
With your leading scorer, your leading kicker, and your leading rusher. Chicago, Cardi with your leading scorer, but Carles with your workhorse. Oliver leading scorer, Dyer leading rusher, and Elias obviously had like a rocket attached to his foot. If you're kicking 800 meters, 900 meters in the game.
900, yeah.
And then Seattle, a little bit low scoring, at least more spread out scoring. If you 9 with your leading scorer.
A very Seattle score.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't trust him, and I should have trusted him this week, but I did not.
Yeah.
And that's on me.
The problem is that they might actually win now because they're playing Dallas.
Yep.
So all our brackets suck.
Mine's the worst.
Kyle's is really bad. Hey, you got one. You got one.
I got 1 point. 1 point out of what, 8?
So it'd be what, 32, 16. So you have 8 points.
Yes.
Because those are 8-point games.
Ah, okay.
So you're 8 of 32.
Nice.
All right, and then
only goes down from there.
It only goes down from there because you can't get any more points.
I screwed myself there.
Yeah.
I should have trusted Seattle. I don't think any of us would have been able to guess Houston choking that bad. And then I should have. Yeah, I don't know about the other game. That one could have gone either way. I should have trusted New England.
Well, you did get
in
New
the second round.
Oh yeah.
No, in the second round.
In the second round, yeah. Now, the problem was that the actual Chicagoan picked against the Chicago team.
Yeah.
That was your mistake.
Yeah, but does any actual Chicagoan actually believe in any Chicago sports?
I believe in us in sports that don't matter. Why do you think we won a WNBA championship?
Yeah, that was like 4 years ago at this point.
Yeah, but that's still fairly recent in the world of Chicago sports.
Yeah, fair. Great point.
And now we're Team Caitlin Clark.
No. I'm still Team Chicago.
Well, I mean, but that is Chicago. Team hate Caitlin Clark.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you said Team Caitlin Clark, not Team Hate.
Caitlin.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
All right, and that doesn't change because. So now we're on to the Australian Football League for the final league of the week to cover. Pull up your stuff. All right, Kyle.
All right. Going into my games this week, I just kept it pretty simple. Nothing really special about these games per se. Except, okay, to be fair, this one is good, very good win for the Crows. Much needed win if they want to stay alive.
Yep.
To have any chance at the playoffs. A good win against a team that's very much in the race still. The Essendon Bombers.
Yep.
Very close win right at the end. This game was back and forth, as you can see. Nearly a 40-point swing blown away, but they were able to pull it back just at the right moment in the fourth and barely hang on to win it 115 to 113. So great win for them. Almost disastrous, especially as we get into them getting away.
30-something point lead in here.
Yeah, about 35. So yeah, still a great win, especially for this team. Moving on, the Dockers took on the Melbourne Demons. Both teams really need wins here, but Dockers were the better team. When they played each other earlier in the season, Dockers were playing great and then blew a lead to lose to the blow the lead to the Demons. That did not happen this time, and the Dockers handily beat them by, what is that, 50 points, which is pretty bad. I believe this kicks the Demons out of top 8 if they were in it. I cannot remember if they were.
I think they were.
But this...
they were the 8th.
Yeah, I think that's right. And then Dockers, I think, move up to the number 4 spot. then again, between the top 10, top 12, it's very close right now, so it's still anyone's game, but Dockers are in a very good position after this game. And Melbourne needs to get a couple more wins here, try to win out if possible, if they really want to make the top 8 for the end of the season.
Yeah.
And then, just L.
All right. I had 3 absolute sad games for my teams, so short highlights today, because 2 of the games were absolute colossal blowouts. So Hawthorne would get the first goal, Collingwood would tie it up, but then from there out it would not matter, if Hawthorne would kill Collingwood 133-67. And then here in Geelong versus Western, Western would take the early lead here, and it would just pile on from there. They would have a 23-2 lead at one point before Geelong even got their first goal. End up winning 95-48. And then this game was a really good game. Brisbane would get the early lead here. Sydney would start coming back, though. They'd eventually actually take the lead here in the second quarter with this goal. But Brisbane would reclaim the lead here midway through the fourth. But just a couple minutes later, Sydney would take that lead back. But then Brisbane would reclaim the lead with just under 3 minutes left. And then their lockdown defense would come out to play, and they would win 79-77. So,
very good one for them. Great +1 for me.
Yep. So Sydney still your leading. Carlton, Brisbane, Dockers, Giants, Cats, Power, and Bombers are your top 8. Western, Melbourne, Hawks, Suns, Magpies are sort of still in the race. And then I guess the Crows are still sort of in the race too. They're kind of a step down from everybody else.
Dockers looking great on the SRS right now.
Yeah. And then you have the bottom of the table with West Coast, North Melbourne, and Richmond. Not a good week for us picking, really.
Nope, not at all. I mean, I went 5 for
4.
5 for 9.
Yeah, 5 and 4. And then everybody else went 4 and 5. So
I'll take it. It's a nice +1.
Yeah. So Nate's games, the Blues beat the Kangaroos 107-88, and the Giants beat the Suns 89-50 in the battle of capital letters.
I like how you put that.
Well, that's how they present them on the website. So it's like it's like how the Red Blacks are capitalized, you know?
Yeah, Red Blacks, yeah.
So St. Kilda killed the Eagles 113-41, and Power beat the Tigers 116-75. Shout out to Membre, who led the game in all categories of those 3, because he was one of the people who had 7 tackles. So shout out to him. He had a good game. All right, I'll go Carlton here.
I think that's a good pick. I'll also take Carlton.
I'm going to go Geelong.
I think there's something special about this Roots team, but I have to go Geelong here.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to go Brisbane.
Yeah, give me Brisbane. Bombers just haven't been playing well the last 2 weeks.
10-7-1.
I'm going to go with the Saints here.
Saints 7-11. I'll keep with Bombers right now, but I have no faith in either team, really. GWS.
Give me Giants, yeah, give me Giants here. Demons just feel like they're on a spiral.
Fremantle.
Give me Fremantle unless something disastrous happens.
They Collingwood against the Tigers, but woof.
Yeah.
Magpies suck recently, but Tigers also suck, so
I'll give Magpies benefit of the doubt here.
Hopefully Sydney bounces back, but they still have a game to spare.
Yeah.
Western is just outside the 8.
Yeah, Western. I knew they were just outside, so they might be playing. Did they win this week?
They at least so. Yeah,
Oh, they had a bot,
they
or no? They had a good one. Ooh,
yeah, they beat Geelong. They beat the crap out of Geelong.
they beat a good team. Yeah.
Not to say that Sydney lost to a bad team. They lost to a good team too. So.
Yeah, yeah.
So you going Sydney or Western?
That's what I'm trying to think. I'm gonna flip a coin on this.
Okay.
Heads is gonna be home team, and I will take away.
All right, Western. I'm gonna go with your Crows here. Craw.
Yeah, give me Crows.
All right. So you tied up Nate with that 5 and 4.
Yep. He's probably gonna take you, so there's a possibility I go -2 this week.
Yeah. The Rowan Marshall, your leading in fantasy points. Conroe, your leader in goals, and Rowell is your leader in tackles. This is what the postseason is looking like right now. So, yeah. Anyways,
I forgot how hard this is to like
visualize. Read. Yeah, well,
yeah,
it's what you get for having people have second chances. You know.
Yep. It's like the play-in.
Yeah. All right, on to losing money with Jackson. I'm not sure if I'm logged in. Yeah, I need to log in, so I've got to pull that off. Beep, beep, beep. Download the app. No, thank you. Down. All right. I think I'm gonna go CFL this week. I think I'm gonna pick against my Alouettes because
Oh, how did your last bet go?
we missed. We're like
Missed?
missed like 5 or 6 in a row. You know.
Oh,
Because we had the Dockers last week. I went football. I was hoping there was going to be IFL line, considering if the postseason those games are set, but they don't have those up yet. I'm going to go Saskatchewan here. Good news is we still missed 4 weeks in a row, still, and have money. So, next or 3 weeks in a row and still have money. So, go Saskatchewan. So, that is that. So, you got any closing statements?
nothing from me.
Nope. Yeah, another quick episode because no Nate here. We don't
Yep.
down one person, so quick episode.
Yep.
All right. Well, see everybody next week.